G'day, Kev here from Ordinary Adventurers in Oz. It's about to install in the back of the Ranger a set of King's drawers. So obviously the first step, let's get them unpacked. So they're fairly heavy. What I've done is pulled the cardboard off and taken the two drawers out. Makes it a whole lot lighter to work with the frame. Next step is to pull all of the little Allen head screws out of the tops of the drawers, tops of the shelves, and what it does is exposes the frame. So it takes a little while. There's a whole heap of them, both in the carpet and in the tie down points. Doesn't really matter which side you do first. For some reason, I just did the fridge slide side first. Really handy if you don't want to sit there with an Allen key for hours and hours, or what would feel like hours and hours. Get a drill with a Allen key bit in it and just use that. So the trick then becomes to position it in the right place. Have a little bit of a play with the drawers, make sure that you can close the tailgate, and you're going to be able to reach into the fridge. Next step, once you've got it positioned in where you're happy, mark some holes. I was a bit lazy, so I just used a really small drill bit. Then drill those holes out so that they're big enough for the holding bolts to go in. Once you've got all of the holes drilled, clean out all the swarf, otherwise you'll end up with rust, yuck. Just slide the frame back in, then drop in the bolts. You probably could go the other way and push the bolts up from underneath, but I figured it'd be just as easy to drop the bolts down from the top so that I could do the nuts, washers and spring washers from the bottom. So a little bit of measuring probably helps, just to make sure you're not going to hit something like the spare tyre, which is under the back of the Ranger there. Probably should have done that before I started drilling the holes, but anyway, it's then a case of just getting the nuts, spring washer and flat washer on, making sure everything looks right. Once you've got it bolted in nice and tight, there's a couple little stopper things rather, that you've got to put in. With those stoppers in place, and what they do is stop the drawer sliding out. Sometimes the little holes are a little bit hard to find. And then again, with the drill and the Allen key bit, pop them in. Then it's the reverse of doing all of those little Allen key driven bolts. Put them all back in to hold the base down on either side. Again, doesn't matter which side you do first. And yeah, having that drill with right size Allen key head in it just saves so much time, because there's stacks and stacks and stacks of these silly little things to put in. So then just a bit of a test on each of the drawers and the job's done. Hope this was helpful.